Hey, good morning, everybody. My name's Anthony. Thanks for coming to Bible study with me. As always, let's start off with some prayer. Father, I thank you so much for this morning. I pray that you can just put your hand on this Bible study, Lord. Just open our hearts and open our minds. Let us really receive what you have for us, Lord. I thank you and I praise you, and I lift up your holy, wonderful, precious name. Amen. All right. So apparently I had some technical difficulties yesterday. Was not aware of that. I apologize for the audio just cutting out like that. Opened up my app to see where I left off yesterday, and I saw I had a comment that my audio was out, and I was like, what? So then I went back and listened to my recording. I was sure enough right around the 4.5 minute mark-ish, 4:20, right in there somewhere. Just cuts out. I apologize for that. I did test it this morning, so hopefully it stays on this whole time. Hopefully. God willing, right? Okay. We're going to start off in God's promises for your every need. We're going to be in the section Finding the Will of God. If anyone lacks wisdom, let him ask of God, who gives to all liberally and without reproach, and it will be given to him. James 1:5. Let's see. When you roam, they will lead you. When you sleep, they will keep you. When you wake, they will speak with you. For the commandment is a lamp, and the law a light. Reproof for instruction are the way of life. So that's Proverbs 6:22 and 23. However, when the Spirit is true, has come, he will guide you into all truth. For he will not speak on his own authority, but whatever he hears, he will speak, and he will tell you things to come. John 16:13. So we all have decisions to make as we go through our daily life, right? And you always want to follow God's will. I know it's easier said than done sometimes, but at the end of the day, what would be the best decision? Follow God's will. Um, Bring it to prayer. We actually just in my wife and I had a situation come up where um, I was really unsure about some things, and so I said, "Hey, if this is what you want it, if this is the direction you want it to go, make it go seamless. If it's a no or a not right now, put barriers in the way." Like I prayed for the barriers. I said, because if it's available, I'm gonna do it. So if it's not your will, put a barrier in the way so I cannot physically do it. And there's barrier in the way, so I said, okay. Well, I'm content with with uh, with that. I don't know how my wife feels about it. I'm sure she's a little I don't know what word to put there, but I know she's not probably happy about it. But I'm content with it. I prayed about it. I haven't told her how I prayed about it and what specifically I asked. Um, So, anyways, being that yesterday audio issues, I'm just going to start back off where what I read yesterday, which is Revelations. I don't feel like I got something in my throat. It's weird. There, I think that's better. Revelations 11. And there was, well, no, that's still, hold on. All right, sorry about that. I think I'm good now. Okay. Revelations 11:1. And there was given me a measuring rod like a staff, and someone said, Raise and measure the temple of God, and the altar, and those who worship it, and leave out the court which is outside the temple, and do not measure it, for it has been given to the nations, and they will tread underfoot the holy city for 42 months. Okay. So he's measuring the third temple is what he's measuring. Now, right now on the Temple Mount is the Rock of the Dome, or excuse me, the Dome of the Rock. Right words, wrong order. That's funny. That's a Muslim temple. Now the courtyard, the whole Dome of the Rock, is massive. There are archaeologists that are finding that it's possible that where the Dome of the Rock is not where the temple was. This hasn't been confirmed, and I doubt they would even confirm that to the world. But they say that it's possible that it was further. I believe it's north of the Dome of the Rock. Now, with that being said, when they do build the third temple, I do not believe that they're going to tear down the Dome of the Rock. I think there's going to be two temples on the Temple Mount. That's my opinion. By no means am I right about everything. Because it says to not measure the courtyard, because the courtyard is given to the nations, right? I think it's going to be part of the United Nations up there, which is going to be part of the 7-year peace treaty that the Antichrist is going to, what's the word? I always forget that word. Anyways, so, okay, moving on. Verse 3. And I will give authority to 2 witnesses, and they will prophesy for 1260 days, clothed in sackcloth. These are the 2 olive trees and the 2 lampstands before the Lord of the earth. So, the 2 witnesses. There are 3 people that people think that it's going to be 2 of these 3 people for the 2 witnesses. You have Enoch, who never died. He was harpazoed, caught up, raptured. It all means the same thing. You have Elijah, who was harpazoed, caught up, raptured. So both of those 2 never died a human death. And then you have Moses. So those are the 3 working theories on, or the 3 people of who Bible scholars think are going to be the 2 witnesses. We're not going to know until they show up. Okay. And if anyone desires to harm them, fire proceeds out of their mouth and devours their enemy. And if anyone would desire to harm them in this manner, he would be killed. Those have the power to shut the sorry. These have the power to shut up the sky and in order that rain may not fall during the days of their prophesying, and they have the power over the waters to turn them into blood and smite the earth with many plagues as often as they desire. So, with Moses and Elijah, with the plagues that they mention here and in the other end time prophecies or biblical passages, the reason why they think they bring up Moses is because between Moses and Elijah, with Moses going to the Pharaoh to you know get his get the let my people go, all the plagues and stuff, right? Um, and then everything that Elijah did, it kind of matches up with what they say those two witnesses are going to be able to do here. So I personally think it's going to be um, Enoch and Elijah. Um, Everybody's supposed to die a human death on Earth, and those two humans have not died. That's my 2 cents on it. All right, verse 7. And when they have finished their testimony, the beast will overcome. The beast will come up out of the abyss and will make war with them and overcome them and kill them. So that's the Antichrist. Their bodies will lie in the streets of the great city. So they're just going to leave the bodies in the middle of Jerusalem. In lie in the streets of the great city, which is called Sodom and Egypt, which is actually, like I said, Jerusalem, where also their Lord was crucified. And those from the people and the tribes and tongues and nations will look at their dead bodies for 3.5 days, and will not permit their dead bodies to be laid in the tomb. So they're going to leave them out and they're just going to be there for 3.5 days. People are going to be celebrating all over earth for them to be dead. And those who dwell on earth will rejoice over them and make merry, and they will send gifts to one another, because these two prophets tormented those who dwell on earth. Verse 11. And after 3.5 days, the breath of life from God comes into them, and they stand up. Oh, you're going to see one of our cats. And they stood on their feet, and great fear fell upon those who were beholding them. All right, we're going to end it there. Hopefully my audio worked the whole time. If it didn't, let me know. I apologize if it didn't. You guys have a great, wonderful day, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Love ya.